Okay, I'm doing another solo backpacking trip in Los Padres National Forest. I'm here at Cherry Creek Road, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. I want to do some snow camping, but I'm not sure what the snow situation is. There is a lot of snow on the shaded parts of the hills coming up here. So I'm a little bit surprised to see that the Sespe Creek is not flowing at all. But that's going to make it easy to cross, obviously. And I see some snow up there. I'm just going to hike up the road a little ways and check it out. As you can see, the road is still pretty muddy and wet. I'm trying not to get my feet completely dirty because I have to get back in the car. I'm not going to camp here. So hopefully I can get to the snow right up here. It looked closer than it actually is, so it's taken me a while to get there. I'm just looking at the ground at all these spent casings. It's been years since it's been legal to shoot here, so these things must be very old. Look at those rusty steel casings. Alright, I don't think I'm going to walk all the way to that snow back there. It's still a ways off, and I'm already pretty far from the car. I'm not even going to camp here. I just wanted to check the area out. So I'm going to head back to the car and maybe pick up some of this brass on the way. It still looks pretty new, so I think people have been shooting out here illegally. Alright, I'm back in the car, and let me tell you what's going on. My original plan was to go to the Potrero John Trail, and there's 2 cars parked at the trailhead, so I don't want to have to share campsites or anything. So my backup plan was to do the Chorro Grande trail again. And there is 1 car parked by the trailhead, but I know there's a lot of campsites at Oak Camp, and I also have the best chance to get the snow on that trail. So I think I'm just going to hike up to some snow, if I can even get there, and have a lunch break there, and camp at Oak Camp on the way down. Alright, I'm on the Chorro Grande Trail once again. So last week we had a bunch of rain come through, and it dumped some snow up here, and I wanted to come check it out again, but I kind of waited a bit long because the last time it snowed up here was on Friday, and it's Tuesday. There does seem like there's more snow at these lower elevations, so I'm pretty hopeful I can get to some snow. There's a ton of snow up there, and actually quite a bit on these hillsides down by the highway. Alright, there's the snow. But I'm not sure if the snow line's any lower than it was last year. It kind of looks higher. I'm not sure if it's worth it to hike all the way up there. The creek here is barely flowing. I was kind of expecting there to be more water than this after the rains. To be honest, I'm not even sure if this is the trail. Hey, check that out. Just a few steps later and first signs of snow on the trail. Alright, I checked my phone and I'm backtracking some because I think I took a wrong turn. And I also don't remember this little waterfall thing from last time. So let's see if I'm right. Alright, I'm heading in the right direction now. I kind of went back and forth for a while there. And then a woman started walking up the trail, and I noticed she was walking up someplace completely different from where I walked up from. So I talked to her a little bit, and she said the trail should go out this way. But yeah, I took a wrong turn someplace, and I ended up back on the trail. But then I started walking the wrong way on the trail, and I got confused. Anyway, I wasted a lot of time on that. Hopefully I can still get to some snow. There's a ton of critters in these bushes. I'd walk up next to a bush and all of a sudden something would move. It's kind of creepy. Alright, here's Oak Camp. Alright, I checked out the area and nobody seems to be here. So I guess that person who was parked at the trailhead are camping someplace else. There's some pretty good patches of snow here. Maybe I shouldn't even bother going to a higher elevation. Alright, there seems to be plenty of water here. Alright, I'm just taking a snack break. I only brought my phone with me for video, so I just have the phone leaning against a tree. Alright, I'm back on the trail. It's 2 o'clock right now, and I feel like I just need to do some more hiking, so I might hike like another hour or so, and then head back, and then I'll set up camp. There's some good patches of snow right here. It feels like in the shaded areas, there's more snow than last time, but in the areas exposed to the sun, there's less snow. If that makes any sense. I'm just looking back behind me. There's a ton of snow still on the north-facing slopes. The problem is this trail is all south-facing and pretty dry. Alright, I just went through a bunch of mud back there, and I think I have some more mud to deal with. And the mud up here is like glue. I sure am getting a workout. Lots of uphill. I remember passing under these trees last time, and they were covered in snow, but it's pretty dang dry. Except for this little patch of snow. Alright, I've been hiking for about 50 minutes, and it's looking pretty dry up here. I mean, I saw more snow down by Oak Camp than so far up here. I might go a little further, but not too much further, and I'm going to head back to Oak Camp. Nice little snow melt stream right here. Alright, this isn't bad. And I can see some snow right up there where the trees start. I don't know, something in me wants to just keep on going and try to get to Chorro Grande camp. I wasn't planning on staying there though, because camping in the snow is actually more difficult, of course. But I think I'm coming up on 1 hour, so I can't go too much further. Okay, I've been hiking for 1 hour and 10 minutes since Oak Camp, and I'm at 5,560 feet according to my GPS. Unfortunately, I'm going to turn back here because I don't want to get to camp too late. I want to have plenty of time to set up my tent and to collect firewood. I didn't have too high of expectations for snow on this trip anyway, because it is 4 days after the last snowfall. Alright, here's the view from 5,500 feet. This is the highest I'm getting, and I'm headed back to Oak Camp. Well, I might as well enjoy the snow a little bit while I'm here. Nice crunchy snow. Alright, backpack Dan. Alright, it's 4 o'clock and I'm back at Oak Camp. It took me 1 hour and 10 minutes to go up and only 15 minutes to come down. Alright, there's 3 campsites here, and this is the campsite in the middle. I like this fire pit, so I'm going to use it and camp here. And it's also close to the water. Oh, it's good to sit down again. I haven't sat down since I was here like 2 hours ago. This is a pretty nice little campsite covered in oak trees, but it is pretty dark right now, kind of spooky. Alright, I cleared out an area for my tent that's relatively flat and put down the ground sheet. Next is the poles. Alright, the poles are up and I just need to connect the inner to the poles. Alright, the inner is attached to the poles, and I also staked down the tent. Alright, I got the rain fly on and the tent is completely set up now. This is only the 3rd time I've taken this tent out, but I'm really liking it so far. It's holding up. Alright, it's about 4:40 and I got all my crap in the tent. I'm gonna collect some firewood before it gets dark and get some food going because I am starving. Alright, it's actually getting a little bit cold. It's supposed to get down to about freezing from what information I could gather, and that's not bad at all. I just realized there's a dead rat underneath this barbecue pit. Alright, it's 5:07. This is all the wood I can scrounge up for now. And all that is pretty wet. All the wood out here is wet right now. So I just gotta work with it. I sort of got a teepee thing going on there, and I'm gonna light it up. Alright, here we go. It's probably not a good idea to hold this canister like this, but whatever. I don't know. This stuff may be too wet. Alright, I got something started here. It took like a bunch of canister fuel and half a box of matches, but I got it going. Let's see if I can keep it going. Alright, I'm getting the water going for my Italian pepper steak. And the reason I'm eating Italian pepper steak for the last several trips is because I don't feel like opening a new can. I'm not sure if the fire's doing too great. The wood is just way too wet. Okay, poured the water in and it is rehydrating. Alright, the fire's barely hanging in there. I got that wet wood in a teepee formation just to help dry it out some. Alright, the Italian pepper steak is ready, but I put too much water in it. You win some, you lose some. Alright, I think it's after 6 o'clock. It's really dark. You probably can't even see me. But the fire's hanging in there. So, yeah, we'll see how long we can keep that going. Ah, the smoke's hurting my eyes. Okay, I just got my sleep system set up. I've got a Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm Max. The quilt is a Perea Thermodown 15 degree quilt. And that is inside an SOL bivy sack. And this is a new item. This is my Trichology pillow. And it's pretty nice so far. It weighs 2.6 ounces, so it's not really heavy. And it's actually a lot larger than I was expecting. So that will be the first time I'm testing that out. After setting up my sleep system, the fire's still going, but it's not looking too great. It's been burning for about an hour and a half though. I'll probably let it burn out pretty soon. Alright, it's about 7 o'clock right now. It's probably in the high 30s, and I'm thinking about making some more food. Alright, I already got the water going, and I'm gonna have mashed potatoes and Spam. Alright, there it is. I chopped the Spam up in it, and it is good to go. Alright, it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm hunkering down in the tent now, and I'd say it's about mid-30s right now. My phone's pretty low on battery, so I'm going to charge it up. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make another video tonight or not, but we'll see. Alright, it's about 11 o'clock, and I'm having a pretty big problem. My sleeping pad has a leak, and it seems to be a pretty big leak because in about half an hour I'm pretty much on the ground. And that's kind of a bummer because the Neo Air X-Therm is a very expensive sleeping pad. I do have the capability of repairing it, but I'm not going to do it when it's dark and I just want to get some sleep. But I guess I just have to deal with it, and I'm just going to inflate it once I start touching the ground. Alright, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the morning. Alright everyone, it's about 8:15. I survived the night. The sun is just peeking over the ridge line and it feels nice. It's about mid-30s right now, but it's going to heat up pretty quick because the sun just came out. I was struggling with my sleeping pad all night. I probably inflated that thing like 10 times. I did stay up pretty late last night, and I looked at the sleeping pad, but I couldn't see anything obvious, so I'm going to have to check it out pretty closely when I get at home. Anyway, I slept pretty warm despite waking up on the hard, cold ground several times. But anyway, I'm going to go filter some water right now because I have none at all, so I can make some hot cocoa. Alright, I'm down by the stream. I'm just going to use one of these little Sawyer bags. I don't need much water. Wow. This filter's not working right. Alright, I'm struggling with my water filter, maybe because there was a leaf in the water and it got stuck in the filter. But that water filter is old anyways, and I already bought a replacement, so this is going to be the last time I'm going to use that filter. Anyway, I'm just going to do a simple filtration of the water, and I'm going to boil it anyway, so I'm going to do that. So this morning for breakfast I've got Pop-Tarts, and I'm only going to eat one because two is a bit much. Alright, I just ran out of fuel and I didn't get to a full boil, and I didn't actually filter this water properly, so don't do what I do. I'm going to take a risk and just have this hot cocoa. Alright, hot cocoa time. Oh yeah, that's good. Alright, it's a little after 9 o'clock, and I just have to clean up the campsite now, take down the tent. By the way, the tent had no condensation last night. Probably because there was like a gentle breeze all night. But yeah, I'm just gonna clean stuff up and then I'm getting out of here. Okay, it's 9:30 and everything is packed up. I think it's only 1.5 miles to the car, so I'll be there in no time. And that's a good thing because I have no water right now. Anyway, it is a little bit windier today, and that was expected due to the forecast. But anyway, let's get going. It is a beautiful morning, and look at those snowy mountains. Alright, here's that little creek. That means I should be very close to the car. Alright, I'm back at the car. I brought a towel and some water with me so I can clean up, so I'm going to do that right now and then take off. Alright, I'm back in the car, getting ready to go home. All in all, this was a pretty good trip. Not much wind at all, except for today, it's a little bit windy. No bugs, it wasn't that cold. It did get down to around freezing, but that's actually not too bad. I had 2 equipment failures, my water filter, but I don't really care about that because I already have a replacement one at home. And my sleeping pad, I think what happened with that is that there's thorny bushes all along the sides of the trail. And I think I must have brushed up against one of them and it pierced through my pack and pierced the sleeping pad. But I'm glad I finally got out here to do this trip. It's been a long time. It's been since last summer that I did a trip. This was probably actually a pretty good time to go because during the weekend I heard someone say on Twitter that it was a madhouse out here. And they also just lifted the fire restrictions, I think like 2 days ago. Anyways, I'm going to take off now and probably go to Wendy's on the way home. Alright, thanks for watching.